everyone. It is a really miserable day out today in England and it's pissing with rain, but yeah, I thought it was time for a little bit of an update, and I know it's been quite a while since I've last uploaded, and that would be because there has been crazy things going on in the last few months, and I'm sure some of you know about the news already, but for those who haven't checked my community post, we very, very sadly and unexpectedly lost Scotty on Christmas Day. She, 3 days previously, she dislocated her hip coming out of her, it was already dislocated when I got to her in the morning, and we called the vets instantly, took her into the local RVC, which is the Royal Veterinary College, and they are incredible, best place for her to be. She spent 3 days in the vet college with Safi keeping her company, and we just couldn't do anything to help her. It was over Christmas, no one was answering, none of the surgeons would answer, and we tried to have the hip put back in, and it kept coming out, and she was just suffering so much, and she was in so much pain that we ended up having to make the decision on Christmas Day to have her put to sleep. And it's been 2 weeks now and it's still very raw and it hurts a lot, and I really, really miss her more than anything in the entire world. But we did what's best for her, and we had to make that decision, because when you love them, sometimes you just have to stop the suffering. Since then, we have obviously had a very, very sad and grieving Safi on our hands, and she has not been coping very well. For the last 2 weeks, she literally would be obsessed with me, follow me everywhere. I spent so much time with her to make sure she was okay, and obviously the first few days she kept searching for Scotty, which was heartbreaking. And every time I left to go and ride Dave for like a couple of hours, I would leave her on her own. She would stand under the willow tree, which is where Scotty used to stand, and just with her head on the ground, not eating, not doing anything, and it was just horrible to watch. And we really didn't want another miniature horse, because what's happened to Scotty was a genetic condition that is unfortunately from breeding a man-made breed, and she ended up with very, very shallow hip sockets, and no one could have known. It was not preventable in any way, it just happened. And so I couldn't go through the heartbreak of dealing with that again with another miniature horse. But we looked at Welsh ponies that I could ride, but we just don't have the space for it up here. It's very difficult. So I was really struggling with what to do with Safi. And then suddenly on my timeline late one evening, a little ad for a part-bred American miniature came up from someone I actually know in the miniature horse world, and he was 2 hours away in Sussex, so not terribly far. And I thought, what the hell, let's just do it. I know the people, the horse looks great, it's not a full American miniature, so I feel a bit safer buying it than a purebred American that's going to end up with genetic problems potentially. Not saying they will do, but it happens. So we drove 2 hours to go and see him 3 days ago now. We've had him for 3 days, and he was adorable, and we brought him home, and he is just the sweetest little thing ever. So yeah, I'll introduce you to the new baby now. He came with the name Artie, but we have renamed him Nikko, Nikko, after the sacred white pony shrine that is in Nikko, Japan, and of course that's with my baby Scotty in mind. So he is a part-bred American with Falabella and American blood, maybe some Shetland further back on the side, but we don't know for sure. He is weeny, but pretty much the same size as Safi as well, because Safi's also very, very tiny. He's a bit chunkier than the Americans, so he's got a bit more girth to him. He's adorable, he feels like mink, and he is a black dun Gorilla Tobiano with possible blanket spotting, but we have not seen the spots yet because he's so fluffy and dirty, but we will have to wait till the summer to see if he is Appaloosa spotted or not. But no, he's been a great little addition, and he's been here for 3 days now, and he's slotted in perfectly. He is a colt at the moment, he's 6.5 months old, but we are going to geld him eventually, very, very soon for Safi's sake, because he's driving her mad at the moment. But don't worry, he is not breeding with her, not a problem yet. He still doesn't know he's a stallion yet, he just plays very boisterously because he's a colt. But yeah, I will show you one of our little boys. Hi! There he is, that's little Nikko.
Yeah, he likes to scratch his butt on the bench. He's a typical man. We have wormed him. It's just an itchy boy. So Safi right now is only just tolerating Nikko. She is basically ignoring him. The first day we put them in, she had a real good play with him, gave him a good few squeals, told him off, put him in his place, and then he's just he's very sweet and very calm, so he's not driving her mad anymore. And she will let him eat now, but she does attack him every now and then, and she's very standoffish with other horses, and she was very bonded to Scotty. So it's going to take some time, unfortunately, and it's a little bit sad seeing my little baby colt come from his herd of weanlings, and then my stupid mare is trying to kill him the whole time. But he can hold his own, which is good. He does walk around the fields shouting every now and then if she ignores him, because he doesn't know what to do with himself. But over the next month it will improve, so yeah, hopefully they'll be best friends very soon. Good boy, well done.